Welcome to this explainer. Today we're going to explore why a super quick, dirt cheap pantry staple might just be the absolute ultimate hack for your chaotic mornings. And yeah, for your weight control goals too. I'm talking about oatmeal. Now, you might think you already know everything about this humble little grain, but the data actually reveals a really fascinating story about metabolic efficiency and, as we'll see, some hidden nutritional traps. We all know the struggle, right? You wake up and immediately, boom, it's a mad dash against the clock. When you're literally rushing out the door or trying to manage a household that's in constant motion, eating healthy usually just completely falls to the bottom of the priority list. It's tough. Sticking to your diet is undeniably hard when time is your biggest enemy. I absolutely love how the source material puts this. They say breakfast at your home probably doesn't look like a buffet on a cruise ship. And it's so true. We aren't exactly waking up to these luxury spreads with endless, perfectly prepped options. But the really good news here is that plain oatmeal steps right in to save both your time and your waistline. It is the very definition of quick. All right, section 1, breaking down the macros. Let's look under the hood here. 1 cup of cooked instant oats delivers this highly optimized fuel source. We're talking 27 grams of sustained energy carbs, 5 grams of muscle-repairing protein, and a pretty negligible 3 grams of fat. So it basically gets your body moving without weighing you down in the process. But here's the absolute kicker. The crucial point is the calorie count. All of those perfectly balanced macros come wrapped up in an incredibly efficient package of just 159 calories per cup. Think about that. You're getting high fiber, really solid energy, and vital nutrients for just a fraction of the caloric cost of, say, a typical grab-and-go breakfast sandwich or pastry. Moving on to section 2, beware of flavored packets. Now, before you grab just any oatmeal from the grocery aisle, we really need to address a hidden villain in the breakfast world. There is a stark, totally undeniable contrast between plain oats and those convenience aisle alternatives. If you're tempted by those quick flavored envelopes, beware. They are secretly loaded with added sugar. Plain oats put you in the driver's seat. The flavored ones, they entirely hijack your nutritional profile. So why does this matter so much? Well, because if you aren't careful, reaching for those seemingly innocent flavored packets can cause you to consume up to 6 times as many calories. Literally 6 times. That completely erases that 159 calorie advantage we just talked about, and it basically turns a really healthy weight loss tool into a sugary dessert that's just disguised as breakfast. Which brings us to section 3, the soluble fiber superpower. Okay, let's talk about the real magic of plain oatmeal, which is soluble fiber. Unlike typical carbs that just break down super fast, soluble fiber acts kind of like a sponge. It actively absorbs water as it sits in your stomach. And this expansion, it keeps you full, it fights constipation, and it keeps your whole digestive engine running smoothly. It's really a cornerstone of effective weight control. To put you on the right track for weight loss, the official guidelines from Harvard Health Publications set the gold standard. They recommend we get a solid 30 grams of fiber every single day. Hitting that target is absolutely vital, but honestly, on a typical modern diet, it can feel like pushing a boulder up a hill. But here is the really cool part. Amazingly, just 1 single cup of cooked oatmeal knocks out 13% of that daily requirement in one sitting. By simply starting your day with this one super inexpensive bowl, you instantly take a massive chunk out of your daily nutritional targets, which sets a really positive tone for the rest of your meals. Section 4, beyond just weight loss. The systemic perks of this daily habit don't stop at just managing your waistline. Recent studies show that oatmeal actively lowers blood pressure, basically putting a protective shield around your heart. And for families, it shows great potential as a powerful tool in the fight against childhood obesity. It's a simple daily ritual that protects the whole house. Let's wrap things up with section 5, building a better bowl. So how do we actually make this healthy, inexpensive staple visually appealing and tasty enough to entice everyone without relying on those sugary packets? Well, you become the chef. You can toss in crisp chopped apples or pears, maybe sprinkle on some toasted pecans or a warm dash of cinnamon. Even just a handful of fresh berries instantly elevates the flavor while packing in even more of that crucial fiber. You get all the taste, but you keep total control. The whole goal here is to turn a plain grain into your own personalized, health-boosting ritual. Given the metabolic efficiency, the heart armor, and honestly the endless flavor possibilities, grabbing a sugary pastry just doesn't make sense anymore. So take control of your morning clock. What healthy ingredients are you going to put in your bowl tomorrow?